Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now after a long time it's finally me, and today I'm back. But first things first, how was your Diwali? After 2 years I finally celebrated Diwali like it was before. So here I am with a belated Diwali gift, a new video. Due to everything opening up again after the lockdown, I was quite occupied. But I'm sorry guys, I'll try to post as frequently as I can. But today I bought a book recommendation video. Recently I read this book, The Boy in Striped Pajamas by John Boyne. This book was fantastic. The details and the precise writing made me feel as if this all had been happening just in front of my eyes. I could visualize and imagine it so good that I felt as if I was watching a movie. But what gave me goosebumps at the end was that in an interview written by author himself, that he discussed that 99% of characters and locations told in this book were really there in Berlin during the time of Germany, Nazi Germany. And I felt bad kind of, but this book is fantastic. At the start of the story, we see that there is a boy named Bruno who is 9 years old. One day when he returned from playing outside back to his home, he just saw his house helper Maria packing all of his personal belongings in boxes. He was furious that why is she going through his personal stuff. So he ran down to his mother to console to her that what was happening. All his mother could say was that we have to move. Your father has worked somewhere else. Bruno did not like this, but all he could do was accept that and go with it. When Bruno reached out to it, their new house, he didn't like it because as his old house has 5 floors, this one had 3 floors. And there was no kid at a side, even there were no people leaving. The soldiers who looked somewhat like his father were only there. He didn't like it. He and his sister Gretel, who were 12 at the time, were the only kids there. So they both went with it. Bruno didn't like his sister. He called her an hopeless case because she and her friends used to trouble him, teasing him, telling that he was a small boy who looked like 6 even though he was 9. One day Bruno thought of going to explore something. He loved exploring. He was a curious boy. So he went out, and after an hour he finally realized that he was where his parents told not to be, near the fence. Then he noticed that there were people in striped pajamas there. Everybody had the same uniform. He compared it with his own life, like his father wore his neatly ironed, fresh uniform with clean, polished boots and neatly combed hair with all the dressings on the uniform. Just like that, these people also had a uniform that they had to wear, but he found it a bit more comfortable. Being a child that he was, he didn't listen to his parents and moved further ahead. He saw someone sitting there cross-legged. He went ahead and noticed that it was a small boy, somewhat near his age. He gave a small hey to him. The boy only said a small hi without even looking up from the ground. He sat down and started talking to the boy. When the boy finally looked up, all Bruno could see was pain, fear, and sadness. Bruno didn't like that. Further ahead, when talking, he came to know that both of them shared the same birth date and birth year. That means both of them were indirectly type of twins. They both became friends. An year later, Bruno's mother had enough of it. She could not stay out with, and just at that time there had been an outbreak of lice in the family. Mother was furious at that because that was no place to raise 2 such young children. Gretel was a mess because she all cared about her beauty. Bruno's father took a wise decision. He shaved all of Bruno's hair. Bruno didn't like that. He was way too angry at his father. He went to Shmuel, his friend, the boy from the other side of the fence. He went to him to complain, but all Shmuel did was laugh at him and tell him that we somewhat look familiar now. It's just that you are fatter. Bruno also laughed at it because he was enjoying his time. Few days later, Bruno was informed that they are finally leaving to Berlin, his home. But all he could think of home was out with, because now he had a friend here, and he could not even remember his friend's name at out with. His grandmother had already died, who he used to enjoy playing with. They used to every Christmas evening show an act. And whether Bruno got the least of the part or as less as lines could possibly exist, he still had a costume he liked, whether be it of a knight or of a king. Bruno could not go to meet Shmuel for a few days, and when he went there, Shmuel was not like himself. He was sad. Bruno asked him what happened. All Shmuel could say was that his father had been missing. The soldiers took him few days ago, but his father has no trace since then. Bruno thought of an idea that tomorrow is his last day. He would go exploring to find Shmuel's father. Both the boys agreed on that. The next day, even though it was raining, Bruno kept waiting till the evening when they usually met. Bruno went and met Shmuel. Shmuel had bought an extra pair of striped pajamas for Bruno. Both of them looked familiar, so no one could distinguish whether the boy was from this side of the fence or on the other side of the fence. Bruno changed into the new pair of striped pajamas and crawled under the fence. It was small enough for a small boy to crawl through it. He went on the other side of the fence. For the whole day, the boy kept on exploring. They enjoyed their time. Finally, they played together instead of just sitting and talking. They both, after enjoying, Bruno said that I have to go home. But as soon as those words left his mouth, the soldiers came and started shouting march. Shmuel looked scared. He said that whoever went to march never came back. Bruno was frightened. He said, I have to go home. My mother must be waiting. But Shmuel said that this will get over soon. Let it go and then we'll go. But few minutes later, when Bruno didn't feel that it was right, as soon as he thought that he would leave, he realized that he was no more in the parade ground. He was in a room. Soldiers then closed the door from outside. It was dark in there. People started panicking, and the story ends at the note that only the boys could do was hold each other's hand. This was a tragic story. No one knows what happened with Bruno next. He was never found. His father tried to find him, but all they could do was find the pair of clothes he left behind on that side of the fence. So that's it for today, and I hope you liked this video. If you did, do like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. And if you want more videos like this, do comment down below that what book recommendations and which book review you want next. Thank you.